do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. My timing's off today. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Yeah, thanks, Shia. We're now in the string mindset. And, we got to finish the flex. Yeah, get it. Okay, so we're going to be working out of the book today. Good morning, everyone. And the book, actually, I'll show it to you here. So it's called 50 Ways to Syncopation by Dom Moyo. It is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. You can actually find the book under the drum page, which is linked on the top of the screen. But if you go all the way down past all the play-alongs and you go into the lesson section, and you click on Books and Gear I recommend for percussionists, you can find this under Drum Kit. This one's not an affiliate link. I just happen to know Dom, and he's a phenomenal drummer, and this book is great. So we're going to be going through some of these ways to read through some charts to work on limb independence, and there's 20 charts in this book, but if you go back to here on my website, there are, if we go into, Swung charts, a bunch of charts on here. So you have access to the first 30, and then this one's coming out in May. I've got a new play-along releasing every single day. And then you actually have access to the advanced charts as well. But what I'm going to do is just kind of read through these and go through the different patterns that I've written out in the chart right here. So last time when I played this, I did it at 180, and it was musical and fun. Let's do 180 again, and we'll see how it is. So the first thing that I'm going to do for this pattern is I'm going to play just swung cymbal, 2 and 4, and then read the charts with the left hand, okay? Super basic. We're going to get more complicated here in a minute. So every single one of these play-alongs, if you go into the timestamps, you can jump to a specific BPM to be like, hey, I want to play these 5 charts at 180. And then it's like, cool, I got you. It will count off, and there is a play-along to this that you can hear, but you're not going to hear it on your end because I got it muted because there's a slight timing difference between the internal and the external mics. Guess would be the easiest way to say it, too. 1, 2, ready, and... My mouse keeps sliding. Off an 8th note. Whoops. So this is a great way to just practice reading through charts, like if you're in a jazz band or something, or to develop limb independence. 2 more charts. And then we'll do stretch and massage. This is just like a good way to warm up. Get your hands going. A 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... I like those phrases that go over the bar like that, kind of like bleed into a different measure. It's fun. 1, 2, last chart, ready, and... Some reading issues there. Still learning to become literate. Okay, let's stretch and massage. We'll switch to that camera view. So, first thing you do, hold your sticks, palms facing up, and you pull in, and you push out. Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot to take my ring off. Forgot to take it off yesterday. So you can hear some clicks. And, ooh, that feels great. I approve. Let me go out of it this way. EAD10 disconnected. Interesting. Well. Looks like it's fine. EAD10 is the drum module. Maybe it's just on TikTok. Okay, well, that's fine. It happens. Anyways. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch the underside of the forearm. So could do it on the wall like I demonstrated yesterday, where you just go lower on the wall and then it stretches it. Or you could do it one at a time like this, or you could even do it on your drums like this. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 at a time, just goes a little faster. Don't put all your weight into it. You don't want to tear stuff. That'd be bad. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is stretch the top side of the forearm. So you could do it one at a time like this. You could do this on the wall. The higher you go, the deeper your stretch. Or you could even just do it on your legs. My hi-hat's sliding again. I've got an 8-pound weight and a mic stand pushing up against it. And it's still sliding. Stop it. Let's try and move it real quick. Okay, we'll see. You have a traditional question? Yeah, go for it. What's your question on YouTube? By the way, we're now going to switch over and do finger to finger. Oh, that feels great. I need to do this today. I might not be able to demonstrate whatever your question is super well on the drum kit, on the mesh heads, but I'll attempt. And if I can't demonstrate it today, I can just show it to you tomorrow when I'm back on the rudimental kick. So I'm just going through and just putting finger to finger. So like, can't really see it, but you're just pressing middle to middle, and that makes it so that you just kind of stretch 2 at a time. You could do 1 at a time if you prefer, if you got the time. I try and be as efficient as possible and as intentional as possible, so that way I can, just get back to drumming or gaming or spending time with my wife or whatever, as opposed to doing stuff that's not as enjoyable as that. Now that we stretch, now I'm going to massage. So I'm doing thumb on top and fingers underneath. You're a quad drummer learning traditional grip. Notice that my font is too small. Let me fix that. The screen is too far away from me. There you go. The mini skill snare drummers have their ring and pinky finger constantly dropping and grabbing onto the stick. When you ask them, stay tuned for more. They usually say they do it naturally. However, when I play, I find that those fingers never drop off naturally, and sometimes it feels like they are getting in the way. It feels awkward to take them. Yeah, I see where you're going with this. I'm going to massage the palm now, so I'm doing thumb in the palm and then fingers there. Now I'm going to massage base to tip. It looked like there's more to the sentence, so I'm just waiting for that. Yeah, it feels awkward to take them off. Okay, yeah. So let me think about that. This is a great question. So for reference, for people who are unfamiliar, so I marched snare. Rudimental is my primary instrument. Drum kit is my least played instrument. I'm not very good at it. Hence why I'm practicing. But yeah, no worries. I totally understand. YouTube cuts it up into little bits, but yeah. So even though you only see me play match grip now, I marched traditional, and then after I aged out, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna switch over to match. So I switched over, and I'm still working on trying to get the left hand to get as good with match grip. Okay, so we finished stretching and massaging. So let's talk about this. I don't know how well you can see it here with this camera angle. So the question is basically when you notice people playing traditional grip, they'll often pull these bottom fingers off the stick. So if they're doing a diddle or things like that, the bottom fingers just kind of move with that. It's basically the same thing as if your pinky comes off the stick. It's not something that you need to do consciously. It's just something to provide space for the stick to be able to move inside of your hand. So what ultimately is the purpose of the ring finger for the stick with traditional grip? If you didn't have it there, what would happen with it? Well, your stick would kind of flop around too much. So you're providing support here. If when you are playing, it just kind of naturally gives it a little bit of space to kind of wiggle around between those fingers, that's great. However, if you are trying to consciously pull the fingers off, take your fingers and just move them off of the stick right here, and you're going to notice there's actually a lot of tension right down here on the underside of the forearm when you're holding your traditional grip straight up like this. That's actually a bad thing. So even though snare drummers, you see them doing that, if it comes off a little bit, that's okay. You're just giving it space. But if it comes off like this and you feel the tension down here, that's going to severely impact your stamina because you're going to have all this extra tension, which is going to bleed out into other areas, not literally, but it's going to spread out into other areas of your hand and make it so that you are going to play tight and you're going to slow down over time. So same thing with pinky. So when people are playing and you take your pinky off the stick, you're just giving yourself some space. That's not an issue for the stick to be able to vibrate. When it is an issue is if it causes tension. So if I straighten my pinky out like this is causing tension, again, along the side of the fingers or of the forearm. So that is a bad thing, but having it come off naturally is not necessarily a bad thing. It just visually looks funny when somebody's pinky is coming off. So if it comes off a little bit, that's okay. Same thing with with traditional grip. Your fingers come off a little bit, that's okay. You're just giving it some space to be able to move while you're doing this. And the EAD10 doesn't sound great, etc. So that's fine, but if it comes off like that much, that's not fine because it's causing some tension. Now, this all kind of boils down to something that I talk about in another video on here. So if you scroll all the way down and go here, this one that's got the thumbnail that says "Hear That." So you should hear this in your drum. It's a very short, it's 37 seconds or something like that, lesson on something that I learned from Jeff Queen. Your stick should vibrate in your hand when you are playing. So when you're striking a drum, you should feel the stick vibrate a little bit, and you should actually hear the vibration in the form of a hum from the stick itself. So that is a good thing, whether you're playing match grip or traditional grip. You can get it to happen, to hum that way. And to do that, you have to have a little bit of space in your hands when you're actually playing this. So that could be space in terms of using a triangle fulcrum, which is what I use, and letting your sticks move around a little bit like this. But same thing with traditional grip. You don't want to have the supporting fingers of the ring and the pinky fingers squeezed in so much that your stick does not get that natural rebound. Because if you go to the extreme of this and like squeeze as hard as you can, you're going to feel tension up here. You're also going to feel tension down here on the forearm. Same thing is the opposite. So if you are too relaxed and your fingers come too far off, rather, the stick then is going to cause some tension down there. So hopefully that answers your question on YouTube. It's not a bad thing if it's relaxed, but it is a bad thing if it's coming off and causing some tension and whatnot. And don't worry about doing it consciously. Just let your sticks have some space to breathe, regardless if you're playing match grip or if you're playing traditional grip. That little bit of space in there is good. Good question, though. And if that didn't make sense and it sounds weird on the drum kit, I can demonstrate it more like tomorrow or in a future stream when I'm doing tenors or snare drum, etc. So, excellent question and good observation with that. But from an instructional standpoint, by the way, instructors hate seeing that because they're just like nitpicking the visual side of things. I personally don't think that the visual side of things is something we need to worry about as much as how it sounds, and how it feels. So whenever I was teaching, I was focusing on the long-term health with hands. I want to make it so that the students and myself could like play as long as possible. So I was focusing on like relaxed technique, hand health, etc., as opposed to like how does it look visually, so that way the judges can rate us, etc. Like that, I frankly didn't care about. It was so low on the list of priorities that I didn't really focus on that side of things. Like whether or not a judge thought it looked visually or the technique that they'd prefer, didn't care. The thing that I cared about is how healthy was it. You are very welcome. Thank you for asking that question. It was a good question. Okay, so when I played through this, it was technically proficient. I was having some reading issues, to be honest, with it. But that was the very first chart for this. So let's go here. So last time I played this was technically proficient, and it was fun at 170. Let's try it a little bit slower. We'll try 165. And, oh, by the way, this video and this video, this one comes out on Thursday, tomorrow, and this one comes out on Friday, so 2 days from now. So stay tuned for those, but you can see a little preview of the thumbnail for them. Anyways, all right, so we're going to scroll back up, and we're going to go here. So 165, and we're going to do the next set of charts. Sure, 6 through 10. And we go down into the timestamps, and you can jump to a BPM, and boom, now we're going to be at 165. And full screen. Again, you can't hear the tap off and all that stuff, but it's there. 2, ready, and. Okay, so this next one, you're doing short on snare and long notes on the bass drum. Etc. Here we go. I like that last little phrase right there. When it's on the upbeat and you're alternating between the short and the long. Those are fun. Kind of write those a lot. 1, 2, ready, and. Read that last part wrong. Wow. All right, chart 8. This one's a weird one. I wrote it so I can say that. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Okay. Chart 9. The next one, chart 10, is one of my favorite ones. I really like it. 2, 1, 2, ready, and... All right, chart 10. One, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Phone alarm's going off. Apparently for the last 3 minutes. Alright. So that was mostly musical, technically proficient as well. I had fun with it. We're good. Okay, so that was number 2. So number 3, let's see here. It says, right hand plays a line on tom, left hand fills triplets on the snare, left foot plays hi-hat in 2 and 4. Okay, so pattern, you play... Switch to that. And you fill in... etc. Okay, so last time I did this was 140, and it was technically proficient, and it was fun. Okay, so let's do the next set of charts. So 11 through 15. Whoa, no, 160 would be too fast. So we'll go back here. There's a separate playlist for different chunks of BPMs. So 40 to 59, straight and swung. 60 to 99, straight and swung. 100 to 159, and then 160 to 240. Okay, so we're going to go here. And we're going to do 11 through 15, swung at 140, timestamps, and clicky click, and then it'll count you off and all that fun stuff. But again, I got that muted. Ready, and ding, 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 ding. One, two, 1, 2, here we go. I read it wrong. Can be a little bit of a workout for your left hand. Okay, chart 12. The next version of this will add in the bass drum and the ride cymbal. It makes it a little more complicated. Stay tuned. I read it wrong. can improvise here. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Left hand's getting a little tired. Okay, chart 14. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... I love these. Alright, last chart. At least for this pattern. And then we're gonna add in the ride and the bass from 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Alright, so that was... How fast was that? 140? Yeah. 140. Overall, it was like between technically proficient and musical. We'll go with that. And I had fun with it. It was good. I enjoyed it. Okay, so now number 4 from Dom's book. If we can pull this up. Right hand plays short notes on tom. Okay, that's familiar. But then the long notes are... on the ride and with the foot. Let me move this again. It keeps sliding my hi-hat. Stop. Okay, need to get a rug. My wife's suggesting it. She's also a drummer. Okay, yeah, so last time we did this how fast? 135 was technically proficient and fun. Let's try it again. Let's see if we can make it more musical. So I'm going to go back. And back again. We're going to go through 16 through 20. I just want to kind of like keep things fresh so I'm not like memorizing these charts. And just like constantly having to read through the patterns. Again, this is how you can develop limb independence. Is by making it so that you can play patterns while you read something on one of the limbs. Okay, so now we're going to make it a little more complicated. Ready, and... the left hand still fills in. One, a two, a 1, 2, ready, and... Every one of these charts, I try and make them feel different. So trying to make them as musical as possible, or to like just kind of mess with your brain a little bit by going over the line for the different phrases. Here we go. Alright. Chart 18. One, a two, a one, ready, aim. Work out for the left hand. Woo-wee! That's a lot for one hand. It's fun. Some charts feel weird for different patterns. Some are written specifically for different patterns. A one, two, ready, aim. Alright, last chart for this pattern. And then we'll do another one. Not all the patterns in Dom's book are swung. Some of them are straight patterns. A one, two, ready, and we got charts for that. Okay, so that was mostly technically proficient, and I had fun with it. These first few types of patterns to play through, I'm more familiar with. Okay, so what's this one? It's covered up. Swung cymbal, hi-hat on 2 and 4, bass drum plays the line, snare fills triplets. What? Yikes. Okay. ED10 is not feeling super responsive. It just can't do faster stuff. The mesh heads definitely mess with things, but it's also not like the best. I guess it's the drum trigger, not the drum module. That's the issue. Likely. But yeah. So it happens if you play on a hybrid. Okay, so apparently I did it at 120. I don't know about that. Well, let's attempt it. If it's not good, then we'll slow it down. 120. Okay. Full screen. Two, ready, dang, ding, ding, ding. Okay, so everything has been going to be played on the bass drum while you fill in with the snare. Yikes, this is hard. It's a good pattern to work on though. It's a good challenge. Okay, all the patterns on the foot, filling in ghost notes with the snare. This is a really challenging coordination one. It doesn't sound musical yet, but, you know, we're just practicing, trying to get a feel for it. 1, 2, here we go. Read that wrong. Good morning. Yeah, so that last chart was actually written in 3 rhythmically, and it lines up with one of the patterns I don't think I'll get to today, but you play 3/4 in the feet, 4/4 in the hands. It's a fun one. I left off a beat. Oh no! Alright, last chart for this pattern. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Weird one. I like it though. Good challenge. Challenge accepted. All right, so it was kind of between meh and technically proficient. We'll just go ahead and say meh, but I was making progress on it. So it got more comfortable as I went on, but it still wasn't great. Let's see. Actually, I want to show you the one that I mentioned in passing. This one. This one's fun. Okay, so I did it at 150. It was technically proficient. It was fun. And the ending BPM was fun. Okay, so this pattern, number 14. So what you do is you play ding, 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 the normal. Cool. Except then you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, boom, check, check, boom, check, check, boom, check, check with the beat. While you read through the patterns with the snare drum. Okay, so let's do that. Next set of charts. 26 to 30. And you finally have access to all of these, which is great. You don't have access to the next one, 31 to 35. Those will come out in May, I think. I've got so many play-alongs scheduled. A new one every day. Stay tuned. Hello, Luis, again. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. While you read 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Read it wrong. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. My brain is melting. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, here we go. All right. One, two, a 1, 2, here we go. foot is getting tired. Interesting. Make it to 2 more charts. You can do it. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2. Ready, and... No! I pressed pause. Ah! Alright. Chart 30. Final chart. It's good because my left foot's getting tired. A 2. A 1, 2. Ready, and... Okay, so that's actually an inside joke there for anyone who marched in drum lines. So if you can figure out what those patterns are, let me know in the comments for this one. It's 2 different exercises, the framework for it. And that's the only hint I'll give you. Okay, what speed did I play this at? 150. All right, that's a weird one, right? It's fun, though. It's a good challenge. It's mostly technically proficient, and I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. Okay, let's take a look at the time. Okay, I'm going to do one more fun one, and then I'm going to grind out the foot pattern to work on my doubles. Whoa. Why is it doing that? Stop. There we go. Okay, so let's go over to this side. Let's do a straight one. Oh, I had fun with this last time. So, this pattern, switch it over here. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and you can use keeping the same technique, or you could use Julie Spencer, where you rotate over, depending on the speed you're playing. It might make more sense to use Julie Spencer technique, or do that, whatever you want. But you're going to fill in left hands. And you're going to test out gravity. Still works. Whew, I was concerned there. And then you just play the patterns on your foot. Okay, so you just read through the lines. So the last time I did this, I did it at 115, and it was musical and fun. So let's try it at 120. And we're going to go back to here. And we're going to go to straight. And we're going to do it at 120. And this set of charts you don't have access to yet. Again, it'll come out in May. Stay tuned. Okay. And my hi-hats already slid. 1, 2, ready, and... Two, 1, 2, here we go. move the mouse, apparently. Again, this is the pattern you're focusing on, is the hand making like a V pattern. 1, 2, here we go. Read that wrong. One, two, 1, 2, 3, here we go. Read that wrong. That was another one that was written in a different meter than you think. I got number 35 is also a weird one. I think it's in 5/8 if I remember correctly. 1, 2, here we go. So the V pattern that I'm playing, you don't have to fill in unless you want to. So I'm just showing you another variation of that you can do. 1, 2, 1, 2. This one's weird. That wrong. Whoopsies. Yeah. So those patterns come out a couple months. It was mostly technically proficient. The meh came from reading errors. Overall, yeah, I had fun with it. Cool. The last thing I'm gonna work on is my foot. So I'm trying to get my foot faster. Do some doubles with them. So there's an exercise for that you can do. It's called Rebound. So what I'm going to do is play 2 on the snare and then 2 on the bass. And eventually, etc. Okay? So what speed did I do that? 150. It was meh and making progress. Well, let's try it again at 150. Here we go. Oops, nope. We gotta go back here. This one, Rebound. So it's under the limb independence permutations and exercises. This is a good one. Yeah, we're gonna go here. We click to show more, and we go to 150. I can count. Let's see how this goes, folks. Stay tuned. 1, 2, ready, and... The click track was louder than the master audio, so I was adjusting that. Rushed. Weird, right? Here's a different view of it. Yikes. My foot's tired. Slow. And of course you could do this a double pedal if you wanted to, but I don't have a double pedal, so working on that single foot double stroke. Rush. Slowing down, no! Ugh, that was rough. Okay, so 150 to 154 was still meh, but I'm making progress on it. It's feeling a little bit better, but it's still rough. So yeah, again, that, well, not that one, but this exercise you can find past the chop stuff. It's underneath the drum kit, limb independent stuff, so it's specifically Rebound, this one. And then all the charts that I was reading were here. So there's currently 35 charts that you have available as play-alongs. And then there's more coming out. Like I'm writing more. And I've already got 5 more scheduled for May. So stay tuned. As well as stay tuned for more grid variations. This morning I think was a 16th note grid variation. Tomorrow I think is a technique exercise. So stay tuned for more of those. But every single day, there's going to be new stuff. Oh, this video is coming out tomorrow on how to practice drums anywhere without sticks, and then how to practice drums quietly is coming out on Friday, so stay tuned for that. And again, you can find the book that I was using, which is this one, 50 Ways of Syncopation. Oops. You can find that here. If you go to Books and Gear I Recommend for Percussionists, and then it's this one, 50 Ways of Syncopation. A lot of these are affiliate links, so thank you for people who have used it. It does help me out. And yeah, you can find the pedal I'm using, the low volume heads and cymbals, sticks, pads, what kind of software do I use, blah, 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 blah. So if anyone's interested, /gear page is where you can find that. Otherwise, /drum is where you find all of this stuff. And if you really want to, you can also get your own Ghost Note shirt, which I am rocking right here. You can find that at the bottom. There's a bunch of different colors and different styles and whatnot. So the hoodie I really like. It's super comfy. But yes, if you want to try out different colors, cool. You can do that. Anyways, I appreciate you all. I'm going to go make myself some breakfast, and then I'm going to play Fortnite here probably in about 45 or so minutes, which you can find all of those highlight reels and whatnot under the gaming stuff. If you don't want to go to my website, that's fine. I mean, this is where it's most neatly organized. But if you just go to, no, I can't subscribe to myself, the home screen, you can find all the drumming stuff organized there, all the gaming stuff there, and all the computer science stuff there. I make no apologies about creating a ton of free content, but I know some people are like, I wish you only did drumming. Yeah, well, I don't. So just go here, and you can find everything organized in a playlist, if that's what you prefer. But anyways, I thank you all, and good questions on YouTube today, so we will be back again tomorrow. I'll be doing most likely tenors or technique, so stay tuned for more. And more drum kit, limb independence grind on Friday. But goodbye.